In fact, in the one I'm in now, it's talking about the horse outsmarting the grass.
The horse?
A horse outsmarting the grass by licking a rock.
I forgot about that. So there's these, are you in an interlude? Hi, welcome back to Zebit Extra v Phoebe. We're coming to you with another episode of Guess That Plot. This is our reading wrap up. You look tired already. Our reading wrap up for September. So this is everything we read in September and a titch into October because we're going to talk about what Tim's reading right now.
Yeah, I think I might actually be going back as far as August as well.
I think
because a couple of these books, I know, but a couple of these books that I'm reading are like 50-hour books.
Yeah.
And so they take me some time.
Well, this is officially our September wrap up. So this is going to be everything we each individually read. We didn't read.
My Coke.
We didn't read any we didn't have any co-reads this time. So I have a lot more.
Do you know why we don't do that anymore?
Yes.
Because you pick horrible books.
No, it's because, in fact, 2 of the books you read are my picks. But we didn't read them together.
They're horrible.
No. The reason why we don't is because I like to listen to stuff really fast, and Tim does not have near as much listening time as I have.
I don't.
So. Okay.
Well, another thing too is like I actually like to pay attention to the book, and I don't feel you do.
What? Okay, let's not get into this again, just because I read stuff a little faster. Okay, so this first book that I read, we're just gonna give you a short synopsis of these, but I like to play a game with Tim where he reads the first little bit of the synopsis, and then he tells me what he thinks this is about. They're on your head.
Okay. A god will return when the earth and sky coverage
converge.
Sorry. Under the black sun. In the holy city of Tova, the winter solstice is usually a time for celebration and renewal. But this year, it coincides with a solar eclipse, a rare, celestial, why is it even? Shouldn't it be event? Prescribed by the sun priest.
Yeah, it should be event.
As an unbalancing of the world.
Let's see if you need to know any more. Meanwhile...
No, I don't need to know any more. I got all I needed from that.
Okay, hold on one second. Meanwhile, a ship launches from a distant city bound for Tova and set to arrive on the solstice. The captain of the ship, Zyala, is a disgraced teak whose song can calm the waters around her as easily as it can warp a man's mind. Her ship carries 1 passenger.
This has to do with the captain and the passenger.
Mm-hmm.
So they're central to this story.
And she can calm the waters around her.
Right.
Her song can calm the waters.
I don't think she becomes the god. I think the passenger becomes the god. And there's an apocalypse about to happen. And it's the 2 of them trying to stop the apocalypse.
Very good. That's a very close prediction. So this girl, Zyala, or I can't remember if that's how they pronounced it, she's actually a siren. And she's also the captain of the ship. But it's one of these books about these different political factions, and they're all warring. And it's supposed to be taking place in like Mesoamerica.
Uh-huh.
And one of the people, he has all of these powers, but his kind of like, I read it kind of like it was a cult. They actually like hurt him to be able to like manifest the powers. And at the end of this book, I didn't realize it was a trilogy, but we don't know yet like really if he's going to be a good guy or a bad guy. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because it does say a god. It doesn't say a good god or a bad god.
Yes. But we also don't really know if he's going to be the god.
It's true.
Even though it's predicted or something.
That's true.
This is the farthest back one that I read, so I don't remember it super well. But if that sounds at all interesting to you, I do really like the setting. The different political intrigue I did find really interesting. Tim says no. I like the siren character. I don't think I've read a book about like a siren or a mermaid in a while, or maybe ever.
Yeah.
So that sounds interesting. That is Black Sun. All right, Tim.
Black hole sun.
I'm not going to guess what Words of Radiance is about. You can go ahead and tell me.
Well,
Wait, the first one's called A Way of Kings.
The first one is called A Way of Kings. And this book was...
By Brandon Sanderson.
It's by Brandon Sanderson.
And I'm always referencing it, so I'm always like, Tim, why haven't you read this? Because I need you to know what I'm talking about.
It's painful, people.
Why?
It is because, like, fortunately, there's like 80 chapters to it, because it takes about 35 before you can go, okay, I want to know more.
It's probably more like 150 chapters.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. And here's the thing, like, even on Audible, like, my normal book is like 10, 15 hours. Mm-hmm. This book was 45 hours because I have to know how every single blade of grass reacts to the water in the air. In fact, in the one I'm in now, it's talking about the horse outsmarting the grass.
The horse?
A horse outsmarting the grass by licking a rock.
I forgot about that. So there's these. Are you in an interlude?
No, this was part of the main book. It was when Kaladin's learning to ride.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, to be fair, yes, it is a lot like that, but I like it. I like just being immersed in the world.
No, I get that. It's a little too immersive for me.
For you, okay.
I enjoyed the characters.
So a brief synopsis.
So a brief synopsis is that there are these, or were they called divergences? No, desolations.
Desolations.
And they're coming up on I think it's the 10th desolation. And basically a desolation is where a group of these void bringers pretty much wipe out civilization as it is. But so far, the human race has been able to rebuild each time. But they've always had help from this group called the Radiance.
There's like 3 main people you're in the heads of, right?
Yes.
And it's a fantasy book because people have different magical powers.
Yes.
It does not take place in our world, right?
I'm still debating on that.
Oh. Well, Brandon Sanderson writes all of his books in the Cosmere, which is a different world.
Yeah, but is it?
Anyway, who's your favorite character?
I have to say Kaladin.
Okay, mine's Dalinar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like light eyes.
Okay.
I'm more of a dark eyes kind of guy.
Oh, okay. So Tim's rooting for the oppressed people, which makes sense.
I'm a huge underdog fan.
Yeah.
So
in this civilization, if you have dark eyes, you're like a lesser person.
Right. And the ruling caste are the light eyes. So people with blue eyes, green eyes, the lowly brown-eyed people, they
or onyx colored eyes.
Yeah, they are the salt of the earth people. But there's hints to in the past it being the opposite. So anyhow, this book is good once you get into it. It's hard to get into.
To be fair, I thought the same thing when I started reading it. But I was captured a lot faster than you, I think.
And I have to admit, like, I literally listened to this book all day yesterday.
I felt like you had to, or because you liked it?
Because I wanted to get more Kaladin, and I wanted to get his storyline progressing. And
yeah. So I actually saw this meme on Instagram where it's like me always just waiting to get back to my buddy Kaladin. So I think that's how you.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Too, huh?
Okay. That's kind of me because, like, Kaladin is very oppressed. He started out as a pretty shitty character, to be honest with you, when he was a kid.
You thought so?
Yeah, I was like, man, somebody needs to cuff that boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think that.
Yeah.
But even still, he is not the most oppressed out of all the people in this book. Like, there are a lot of people who were born even with more difficult circumstances than him. Yeah, he had a learned father who was, like, respected in the community.
Yeah, okay. I will give you that part of it. But, like, he went from being a doctor's or a surgeon's apprentice to his dad to at this point, well, not at this point in time because he's made a slight recovery, but
He goes on to be a slave.
A slave.
But he goes into the army because that's what he wants to do. So, I mean, he had choices.
No,
not like
he didn't.
He
didn't want to go. He did not want to go.
Oh, that's right. He did for a while, and then he changed his mind, but he went to go help his brother.
You're right.
But think about the Parshmen. They have no choices.
But they do if you get into book 2.
Well, no spoilers. But
they literally have a choice.
Okay, so Tim read all of The Way of Kings. Now he has moved on to Words of Radiance.
Words of Radiance. And so I'm in that book, and it's just a continuation. It's actually bringing some of the other main characters together. Mm-hmm. Shalani. Why do I keep saying Shalani?
Well, it's Navani.
Okay, maybe that's why. So Shallan and Kaladin have just met. I'm at that point.
Oh, okay. Did she do the thing I said
she did?
That's
she
so
did.
Funny.
And I'm like, wow, leave the man his shoes. Now everybody's gonna go, Tim, that was a hook. What happened with the shoes?
Yeah.
Now they're gonna have to read it.
Yeah, they're very invested in shoes.
Well, I said, leave the man his shoes. You laughed, and they're like, wait, I need to know what's funny there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was pretty funny. So, I don't really remember where book 2 ends and book 3 starts, but I think that he's about to come out with the 5th book. So you have 2 more to go after that, and then he's about to come out. Don't think of it like, oh, this is a chore.
That's 90 more hours. That is 90 more hours.
I'm not saying you have to read them all together.
That's 130. That's 180 hours for the 4 books.
I think of it as, that's 180 more hours I get to be in this world.
Oh, okay.
So now we're going to move back into something that I've read. Okay. I read a bunch of mysteries, so I'm going to have Tim read about this mystery here. This book is called No Exit.
Darby Thorne is a college student stranded by a blizzard at a highway rest stop in the middle of nowhere.
Honey, can you read it normal? I can't even understand you.
She's on the way home to see her sick mother. She'll have to spend the night in the rest stop with 4 complete strangers. Then she stumbles across a little girl locked inside one of the parked cars. There is no cell phone reception, no telephone, no way out because of the snow. And she doesn't know which one of the other travelers is the kidnapper.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think this is a psychological twist.
Psychological thriller?
And she is actually
the kidnapper? Dang! If anybody's read this, it is by Taylor Adams.
Swift.
Called No Exit. And I like this one. I gave it a 3.5.
But you didn't say if I was right.
I'm not. That's a huge spoiler, babe. If atmospheric, like cold winter trapped at a rest stop sounds interesting to you with strangers, and you know one of them is a kid. Well, you don't know, but you're assuming one of them is a kidnapper. If that sounds intriguing to you,
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did she just leave the little girl in the car the whole time?
No.
So she brings her in.
No.
What did she do? Bury her in the snow?
I can't tell you. If she brought her in, they'd know that she found her.
And that's one sure way to find out who the kidnapper was. And there's 4 other people there to subdue said kidnapper.
But why is she just assuming that the 4 other people are not involved with the person who kidnapped her?
Who was sitting where when they were eating?
That is a great question. So if that sounds interesting to you, I liked it. I gave it 3.5. She's also traveling from Colorado to Provo. Her mom is dying in Provo. So I thought that was interesting too, because I could like imagine the rest stop coming in. You could imagine dying in
Provo? Yeah, gotcha. Me too.
So anyway, yeah, it was good. So that's No Exit. I'm going to go again because Tim only has one more book to talk about because his were 10 times longer than mine.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about the book I just read. There was no entrance. And
okay, this one's called Legends and Lattes.
Worn out after decades of packing steel and raising hell, Viv, the orc barbarian, cashes out of the warrior's life with one final score. A forgotten legend, a fabled artifact, and an unreasonable amount of hope lead her to the streets of Thune, where she plans to open the first coffee shop the city has ever seen. However, her dreams of a fresh start, filling mugs instead of swinging swords, are hardly a sure bet. Old frenemies and Thune's shady underbelly may just upset her plans. To finally build something that will last, Vil will need some new partners and a different kind of resolve.
So is that intriguing to you at all?
It would be if this wasn't a trashy romance novel.
It's not.
It kind of is.
No. This is
it
zero
is.
spice.
I don't think so.
This is zero spice.
I don't think so. You can't fool me.
The only little tiny bit of romance is between this woman, Viv, and the woman that she hires to help in her coffee shop. They are like, they kind of are like have eyes for each other, and that's it. They do nothing else.
So there's no, but you just said there was. So yeah.
It's definitely not a trashy romance.
Yeah.
So this one came super highly recommended. It was on a lot of people's top.
Really?
Yeah, it was on a lot of people's top books from last year. It was like a surprise favorite. Because it's really interesting. You don't read a book about an orc who wants to open a coffee shop. It's kind of like mixing the two worlds, you know?
Yes, it is.
And it's actually more about found family and friends in this new town and like people learning to stop judging a book by its cover and actually wanting to help other people out and loving a person's heart rather than just what you see.
Trashy romance novel.
Friendship love, not romantic love.
Trashy romance novel.
So it was actually pretty cute. But the only romance that's in this book is this woman's love for coffee. She loves coffee and she wants everybody to enjoy it as much as she does. I'm not a coffee drinker, so that whole part of the book just kind of went whoosh, right over my head. So for me, I gave this book, I think I gave it like a 3.5. So
Ooh, that's pretty low.
That's Legends and Lattes.
Out of 10.
One of the best things about this book was the author narrated it himself and he was very good. So, all right, Tim's going to tell us about the next book that he read.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm
You're
going to
not?
let you read some.
Oh, yes, that's what we're going to do. This is called Into the Light by David Weber. In New York Times best-selling science fiction epic Out of the Dark, Earth beat back an alien invasion. So we've got to make sure they don't come back. And then it says the Shungari conquered Earth. In mere minutes, half the human race died and our cities lay in shattered ruins.
Well, that's enough.
Oh.
You can stop there.
Okay.
Tell me what you think happens in this book.
What happened in the first book, it said that they beat them back. So they came and pushed them back out, but now they're going to come back for more. They're coming back for seconds.
Could be.
Well, that's what it says. They have to make sure the Shungari, tell me how it's really pronounced.
Shungari.
Shungari aren't going to come back and take over again. So I'm guessing this book is going to be a lot more about building up either defenses or weaponry so that they actually have a fighting chance against this alien force who are much more prepared for the offensive battle. And I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of intrigue, like they're going to send people out to capture either like some scientists or capture some ships and weaponry so that they can actually fight. How'd I do?
Not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. Actually, there's like this whole hegemony.
I don't know what that is.
This whole group of aliens
Okay.
that are working
The
together.
Shungari.
Shungari are one of the races.
So
And-
there's a bunch of them working against the humans?
Yes. And the thing
Oh.
is most of them are also working against the Shungari. And they pitted them against us so that we could kind of blunt each other's teeth. And so
So they don't only have to be worried about getting taken over by them, they have to worry about the other people.
yeah, and so we at the end of the first book had stolen a lot of their technology. In the second book, we have taken that technology and advanced it light years beyond what it was.
How? How much space of time is supposed to have passed?
Just a few years.
Whoa.
Like maybe 10 years. The thing is like all these races are so they're so good with what they have that they don't want to invent more because they have everything they need. But humans aren't like that.
They're not inventing more? How silly.
Right. So, but the humans aren't like that. They're taking all this stuff and they're making new and crazier things with it. In this one, it has a twist in it that I kind of didn't like.
Oh, I like twists.
But it could be a useful twist in the future.
So you haven't read the third one?
No, the
so
third
you don't know
one
where it's going.
Doesn't come out. Hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay.
So this is a new series. In fact, this book just came out this year.
Tell the people again what the first one's called in case they want to start on the first one.
What is it called?
So this is
it's
David Weber.
Out of the Dark, I believe, is the first one, and then Into the Light. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Out of the Dark is book 1, and Into the Light is book 2.
So, what do you give this book out of 5 stars?
You know, the whole series, I would probably give it 4 to 4.5. I'm going to go 4.25.
The whole series?
Yeah.
All right. We are going to move to the next one.
Oh, you got another one?
Yes. Oh, I didn't know that this is a series.
Yeah, doi.
Oh, okay.
That makes more sense why the ending didn't wrap everything up.
No, it felt very wrapped up, actually. Okay, so this book is called Before I Let Go from Kennedy Ryan.
Oh, before I let go.
Yeah, I can't make it better.
Before I let go.
Start with there.
Their love was supposed to last forever. But when life delivered blow after devastating blow, Yasmin and Josiah Wade found that love alone couldn't solve or save everything. It couldn't save their marriage.
Keep going a little bit more.
Yasmin wasn't prepared for how her life fell apart, but she's finally starting to find joy again. She and Josiah have found a new rhythm, co-parenting their 2 kids and running a thriving business together. Yet, like magnets, they're always drawn back to each other, and now they're beginning to wonder if they're truly ready to let go of everything they once had.
Okay, I don't feel like this is going to be very hard for you to guess what this book is about.
This is one of those trashy romance novels.
It's not trashy. What you're looking for is second chance romance. That's what kind of book this is.
It is. I can see that right from the...
What do you predict is going to happen?
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb here because I want to make this book better than it actually is.
Oh.
And I'm going to say, like, the whole book is the 2 of them getting along but not getting along. And they're trying to mesh, but they're not really meshing. In the end, as they start to finally mesh together... I'm not sure which way I want to go with this.
Why don't you first think about what you think he did that made her divorce him?
Oh, he definitely had an affair.
Definitely?
Definitely.
You sure about that?
I am 100%.
Okay, he didn't have an affair.
Did he kill her sister?
I can't tell you.
Oh, but you'll tell me he didn't have an affair.
Yeah.
Apparently he killed her sister. In a drunk driving accident.
Well?
No, it was one of her kids, wasn't it?
You think he killed one of her kids?
Yeah.
She's never letting him back in if he did that.
In a drunk driving accident. Yeah.
There definitely is death that she's dealing with.
Yeah.
So what is she gonna? Is he gonna let her back in?
He will.
He will.
He will. The problem is at the end, one of them dies.
I love it when you predict books. It's so fun.
Why?
You're just good. Your brain works good like that.
Yeah. Is that what happens?
Can't tell.
Okay, you'll tell me afterwards.
No, you have to read it.
Just
kidding. Okay, so good job. So I gave that one like a 3.5. It has 3 spice out of 5, so it actually gets pretty spicy in the middle. So if you don't want any spice, then this is not the book for you.
If they were married, I
married.
don't really call that spice.
Spice means the description level of the encounters. That's what that means.
Okay.
So it's quite descriptive. So it's not for non-adults.
Can we just skip to those parts?
If you would like to.
I like spice.
Okay, spicy spice. All right, this next book is called Jar
There's
of Hearts.
more?
Yeah, I'm going to only pick 2 more. This next one's called...
2 more?
Yeah. This next one's called Jar of Hearts. I read like 6 more books besides this.
So I can tell you that by the name of the book. There, you know...
Wait. Read that. Start at Jennifer's.
I don't need to.
Yes, you do.
I can tell you just by the name of the book what this book's about.
Start at Jennifer Hiller's.
Jennifer Hiller's A Jar of Hearts is the story of 3 best friends who could be. Sorry. One who was murdered, one who went to prison, and one who's been searching for the truth all these years. When she was 16 years old, Angela Wong, one of the most popular girls at school, disappeared without a trace. Nobody ever suspected that her best friend, Georgina Shaw, now an executive and rising star at the Seattle Pharmaceutical Company, was involved in any way. Certainly not Kaiser Brody, who was close with both girls back in high school.
Okay, but 14 years later, Angela Wong's remains are discovered in the woods, and now Gio is on trial for her participation in this crime.
I have to say, I think it was an accident. She just took a wrong turn.
Babe!
What?
Okay.
That's her name. Come on, it's a play on words.
It is. Very
I don't think Georgina did it,
okay.
to be honest with you.
What participation did she have in the crime, do you think?
I don't.
It doesn't get revealed till the very end, so you can go ahead and guess.
Okay, so I'm thinking that it's really one of those kind of Mean Girls things. And so they set her up to prank her, and something went wrong with the prank.
Okay, so you find out later that there's actually a serial killer involved.
Right, but I wasn't going to tell it.
How do you think the serial killer is related to these 3 best friends?
I'm going to say the serial killer is the little brother of one of the girls, and he is attracted to the other girl.
Wow, pretty compelling mystery you've written here, sir.
But Angela Wong finds out, and she says she's going to tell on him. And so he kills her. And that starts his life of crime, his crime spree.
That's really good. Last question. What do you think Jar of Hearts refers to in this book?
Because that's what he takes. He keeps the heart of everybody he kills.
And like puts
them in jars, yeah.
Wow. Well, it's a lot less bloody than that. But it does have a meaning you don't find out for a little while.
I really think he's taking the hearts and putting them in
jars. All right, so I like this one. Jennifer Hillier, she tells a pretty good mystery. I have read like 2 by her that I didn't love so much, but if you're looking for a good mystery, Jar of Hearts and Little Secrets is good. I won't make Tim guess Little Secrets. Do you want to do one more, or are you done?
I don't care. It's up to you.
You can be done. I'm just going to pop up a few more pictures up here. Another good mystery was Local Women Missing. This one, I didn't guess the murder at all.
You know,
I would be very interested if Tim actually guessed the murder.
I probably got it in the first 3 chapters.
I don't even think the person was introduced in the first 3 chapters.
I know, but...
You know? Okay.
I know, because I read it.
Yeah, you probably read it.
I did. I probably wrote it.
You probably did.
It's probably my pen name.
I also read this one called The Leftover Woman. This was interesting because it told 2 different sides of a story. One is the bio mother of this child, and one is the adopted mother of the child. And the bio mother was a child bride in China. And her husband at the time gives that child up for adoption, but tells her that the child died because they can only have one child.
One child, yeah.
And it was a girl.
Yeah.
And so then...
And girls are useless in China.
And so then...
No, seriously. I mean, they look down on girls in China.
So then the whole rest of the story, you're getting back and forth between these 2 women. The woman who came from China, her story is very interesting. The rich lady who adopted this little girl in New York was not an interesting story. So this one took a major plunge for me because of that.
You know, and for me, it would have taken a major plunge because neither one of those sound interesting.
What? It doesn't sound interesting?
Not really.
She has to pay back the it's like the snakes or something like that. The people that paid for her to get to America, and then she has to pay it all back.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they're called, but I mean that was kind of scary.
The Gonjos.
No.
No.
All right, guys. Well, that is our September reading wrap up. Please leave us some comments. Let us know what we should read next. I like mystery. I like thriller. I do enjoy some romance. Tim prefers.
And I like good books.
Tim prefers sci-fi.
Military. Roman Empire.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. When's the last time you read a book about Roman Empire?
It's been a minute, I have to admit.
But you do like it.
I do like it.
Okay.
Especially if it's alternate ending.
We'll see you back in a month for our next reading wrap up.
Reading Rainbow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we wish you so much good reading till then.
Merry Christmas. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, because we won't see you till November for this
true.
episode. If you would like to watch some TV reviews, some movie reviews, some gaming, we have other content on this channel, so you're welcome to subscribe. And we will see you back for another one soon.
Also, just leave a comment below. I bought Baldur's Gate. Would anybody be interested in watching me start a character?
Yeah.
Because I haven't even started a character.
I'll watch it.
I haven't launched it even yet. So
I'll watch it, because then I can watch it on my convenience and not have to sit by you while you do it.
True that.
Yeah, because ain't nobody got
Well,
time
you
for
edit.
that.
You edit it
I know,
anyhow,
that's true.
so
I'll edit it.
you aren't gonna watch it.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up.
I can't even count on you for one view.
We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.